9M119M reflex laser-guided anti-tank missile through the use of a 1K13-19 sight. The most recent T-72BA tanks made in 2005 feature the latest iteration of the 1A40 FCS, designated 1A40 M2. While the upgraded tanks retained the original 2A46M main gun, more importantly, they received a much improved 2E42-4 stabilization system which significantly improved accuracy, especially during firing on the move. Approximately 750 tanks were upgraded to the T-72BA standard. 1 T-72B1, Object 184 to 1 T-72B without the 9K120 missile system. 1 T-72B1K, Object 184K1 command version of the T-72B1. 1 T-72B1 MS White Eagle, Object 184-1 MS T-72B1 modernized by the 61st Armor Repair Factory, today part of the Eurovagon Zavod Group, first unveiled at the Engineering Technologies 2012 Forum, painted all white, hence the unofficial nickname White Eagle. The protection of the tank is unchanged, with the Contact 1 explosive reactive armor being retained, and the cannon is unchanged. A modernized V84 MS engine is installed, but its power output is the same as the older one. An auxiliary power unit is added. The electronics are heavily upgraded, including a rear camera for the driver, a GPS forward/GLONASS navigation system, a Falcon's Eye 3rd generation panoramic thermal sight for the commander, a Sosna-U thermal gunner sight, an automatic target tracking system, a chassis management system, a meteorological mast, and the capability to use 9M119s for forward/reflex barrel-launched ATGMs. Lastly, a CAD remotely controlled AA machine gun is added. These improvements increase the weight from 44.1 to 47.3 tons. Currently, 2019, in service with Laos, Nicaragua and Serbia. 1 T-72B OB.1989G, T-72B equipped with advanced Contact 5 explosive reactive armor, composite armor insides of turret as well. Often called T-72BM or T-72BM, but this is not correct. NATO code, SMTM 1990. 2 T-72B OB.1990G, additionally fitted with new FCS, crosswind sensor and sometimes V92S2 engine. 1 T-72B OB.1990G with an improved commander's cupola with a larger sight. 1 T-72B2 Rogatka OB.2006G, Object 184M, also referred to as T-72BM in documents T-72B upgrade proposal code-named Rogatka. First shown at the 2006 Russian Arms Expo, it was equipped with a new fire control system including a Sosna-U thermal sight, and a new 125mm 2A46M5 main gun. The autoloader was replaced with the model found on the T-90, and allowed for the use of longer, more modern ammunition. A new V92S2 1000 HP diesel engine was added. The new relict 3rd generation era replaced the Contact 5 era on the front of the tank, while slat armor was added on the flanks. Tu-1-11 laser warning receivers were placed on the turret front. The prototype was shown equipped with the naked camouflage kit. The price of this modernization was deemed too high, and it was not serially produced. However, some of its features were used in the T-72B3 modernization package. 1 T-90, Object 188, a further development of the T-72, incorporating many features of the heavier, more complex T-80. It was first called T-72BU. 1 T-72B3, Object 184M3. This upgrade was initiated in 2010 using old stocks of T-72B tanks held in reserve. The purpose was to upgrade old T-72s to use the same gun, ammunition, ATGM, era etc. as the new T-90 tanks to simplify supply lines. In addition to performing a general overhaul of every vehicle, all tanks were equipped with the more powerful V92S2 engines and a new steering system in the driver's compartment, and older tracks were replaced with the new universal, twin-pin design. The upgrade program focuses mainly on the implementation of a new fire control system. The tank commander retains an upgraded version of the legacy TKN-3MK sight, which is a passive device with a range of only 600 m at night. The commander also has a separate monitor that displays thermal imagery from the gunner's main sight, and a new turret control panel. The gunner has the new PNM Sosna-U panoramic multispectral sensor, which replaced the 1K13 night vision in its mounting. The 140-4 FCS with TPDK1 sight is retained, but as part of the auxiliary sighting system to complement the newer system. The Sosna-U is a multi-channel, panoramic sight stabilized in both vertical and horizontal axes with a built-in laser rangefinder and command guidance module, used with 9M119M missiles. The main advantage of the Sosna-U is the Thales Catherine FC thermal imager, which extends the detection range of a tank-sized target to 10,500 m and the identification range to 3,300 m in both day and night conditions and all weathers. The T-72B3 series vehicles also received the new 2A46M2 main gun, which is reportedly equivalent to the Rheinmetall RH-120L/44 cannon. The gun laying and stabilization drives were also replaced by the new 2E42-4 system, and the AZ ammunition autoloader was modified to accommodate newer generations of 125mm smoothbore anti-tank ammunition, VANT, depleted uranium, and mango, tungsten, rounds. There is also a new 9K119 reflex system, used to launch 9M119 reflex ATGM through the gun barrel. The B3 upgrade includes a new explosion and fire suppression system and an advanced VHF radio system designated R168-25U2 Akbay-Juk. The variant entered service on the 19th of October, 2012. It was first delivered to the 20th Field Army in summer 2013, and to its Armored Guards Brigade in October 2013. About 2,000 such tanks were in service as of 2020. The cost to upgrade a T-72 to the T-72B3 standard was around 52 million rubles in 2013. 1 T-72B3 OB. 2014, a special version of the T-72B3, first seen during the 2014 edition of the Tank Biathlon competition. The most notable upgrades are the stabilized, panoramic, independent Park Pan commander sight with integrated thermal viewer and AV92S2 1000 HP engine. 1 T-72B3M OB. 2016, a further upgrade of the T-72B3, produced since 2016 by overhauling and upgrading old T-72B tanks from storage. The purpose was to use the same gun, ammunition, ATGM, era etc. as the T-90M tank to simplify supply lines. There is a new gun 2A46M5 with new anti-tank ammunition Svinets 1, tungsten, and Svinets 2, depleted uranium. New 2E58 gun stabilizer is responsible for improved aiming time. 9K119M Reflex M system is used to launch 9M119M in VA, also called Reflex M, ATGM through gun barrel. New Park panoramic commander sight with thermal vision only seen on a limited number of vehicles while all the rest are using older TKN-3MK Commander S sight. Retained Cessna U Gunner S sight and crosswind sensor. New Kalina fire control system, although in simplified form. There is new radio communication equipment as well as GLONASS satellite navigation. Driver is using older TVN5 periscope with additional display from rear view camera. The automotive performance of the tank was improved with a more powerful V92S2F engine rated at 1130 HP, 830 kilowatts, coupled to an automatic transmission system and improved drivetrain. Protection is improved by relict new generation era mounted on sides of both hull and turret, while cage armor was added to the rear. Contact 5 era is retained over the frontal arc and turret top. There is also increased protection against at-land mines. The Russian Defense Ministry ordered several hundred T-72B3M tanks, and received the first 20 in early 2017. The cost to upgrade a T-72 to the T-72B3 OB. 2016 standard was around 78.9 million rubles in 2016. One unmanned version of T-72B3M is, as of December 2018, under development. One T-72B3M OB. 2022. It is the most recent upgrade of the T-72B3, based on combat experience gained during the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. New TKN-3TP Commander S sight with thermal vision, range 3000 m, is installed. New TVK2 driver's dual-channel sight, night vision 250 m. The tank is fitted with the same armament as the previous OB. 2016 model, however its protection has been enhanced. Previously, the back of the turret was without any additional protection and now there are metal boxes with relict explosive reactive armor, ERA. Lower parts of the turret are covered by a metal net designed to improve protection against rocket-propelled grenades, similar to that of the T-90M. Additional contact 5 blocks installed right and left of the gun mantlet as well as on the turret top. The void in ERA coverage caused by the smoke grenade discharges on the turret is now protected by contact 1 ERA. Lower frontal hull plate is now covered with contact 1 ERA. Relict ERA plates are covering entire length of the chassis, fender forward/idler area and also attached to cage armor over engine compartment. Mechanism to open the armored protection panel for the Cessna U sighting system is added, replacing the previous configuration which used bolts that had to be unscrewed manually before combat. 1 T-72B MOB 2023 mobilization model, produced by overhauling and upgrading existing 30-plus years old T-72BV and T-72BA tanks during regular maintenance in armor repair plants. The purpose was to unify different models in order to simplify supply lines. There is brand new dual-channel TKN-3TP Commander S sight with thermal vision range 3000 m. New 1PN96 Mount 02 Gunner S sight, thermal vision range 3500 m, laser range finder, ballistic computer, coupled with the old TPDK1 sight, day channel, ATGM guidance, laser range finder 4000 m. Combination of contact 5, 4S24 and relict ERA all-around vehicle copied from T-72B3M OB. 2022. Anti-RPG net below the turret. These vehicles were made without crosswind sensor and Cessna U sight because of increased production during the war. Everything else was upgraded to the level of basic T-72B3, main gun 2 a 46M2. Gun stabilizer 2E42-4, Fire Control System 140-4, Driver's Sight TVN5, Steering System, Twin-Pin Tracks, 1000 HP engine, Frontal floor plate reinforced against mines, Driver seat suspended from the ceiling. 1 BMOT, Boivaya Mashina o Numyoshikov, a transport vehicle for flamethrower squads armed with RPO launchers. Entered service in 2001. 2 BMPT, Object 199, Heavy Convoy and Close Tank Support Vehicle, Boivaya Mashina Podotki Tankov. All new turret armed with two 30mm 2A42 autocannons, 500 rounds, 49M 1201 at AKT-ATGM and 7.62mm PKTMG, 2000 rounds. It can be also fitted with two AGS-30 automatic grenade launchers. Features new fire control system with thermal sights and a ballistic computer. Reinforced with third-generation relict era on the frontal armor and both sides of hull and turret, slat, cage, armor in the rear. It is equipped with AGAT Mr. Night Vision devices, an NBC detection and protection system. There is 902 Attacker 81mm smoke grenade launcher array on each side of the turret and SHTRA-1 active protection system. When the screening system warns the crew of laser tracking, a smoke screen is created by the launch of grenades. The vehicle can be fitted with either the KMT-8 or the EMT mine clearing system. The term BMPT that is very often found is not correct. 3 TOS-1 large box type multi-barrel rocket launcher with 30 tubes that replaces turret. 4 TZMT reloading vehicle for the TOS-1 mobile multi-barrel rocket launcher. 5 Brim-1, Bronirovania Remonto Evacuation Machina, armored recovery vehicle with a hydraulic crane with capacity of 12 tons mounted at the front of the hull on the left side. It also has a main winch with capacity of 25 tons which can be increased to 100 tons, auxiliary winch, hydraulically operated dozer forward/stabilizing blade at the front of the hull, towing equipment and a complete range of tools and recovery equipment. 6 IMR-2, Inženjerna Mašina Razgraždenia, Combat Engineering Vehicle, CEV. It has a telescoping crane arm which can lift between 5 and 11 metric tons and utilizes a pincers for uprooting trees. Pivoted at the front of the vehicle is a dozer blade that can be used in a V configuration or as a straight dozer blade. When not required, it is raised clear of the ground. On the vehicle's rear, a mine clearing system is mounted. 1 IMR-2M1 simplified model without the mine clearing system. Entered service in 1987. 2 IMR-2M2 improved version that is better suited for operations in dangerous situations, for example in contaminated areas. It entered service in 1990 and has a modified crane arm with bucket instead of the pincers. 3 IMR-2MA latest version with bigger operator's cabin armed with a 12.7mm machine gun NSV. 1 CLIN 1 remote controlled IMR-2. 1 MTU-72, Object 632, Tankovic Mostokladchik, bridge layer based on T-72 chassis. The overall layout and operating method of the system are similar to those of the MTU-20 and MTU bridge layers. The bridge, when laid, has an overall length of 20 meters. The bridge has a maximum capacity of 50,000 kilograms, is 3.3 meters wide, and can span a gap of 18 m. By itself, the bridge weighs 6,400 kilograms. The time required to lay the bridge is 3 minutes, and 8 minutes for retrieval. 2 BMR-3, Bronirovanaja Mashina Razminirovanaja, mine clearing vehicle. 3 RKHM-7 Beluga 1, Razvedivatelnayak Himishiskaya Mashina, NBC reconnaissance vehicle without turret and with fixed superstructure. Fort Sarmangal, aka Turtle Tank, a makeshift armored vehicle with improvised armor and anti-drone protection, equipped with demining rollers. The first specimen was based on T-72. Azerbaijan, edit. 1 T-72 Aslan, modernized option of the T-72 by Azerbaijani Ministry of Defense Industry developed by the Israeli company Elbit Systems. The tank is equipped with a computerized control system, a GPS-based navigation system, a friend or foe determination system, thermal imagers for the commander and gunner, and a mounted remote sensing system. Belarus, edit. 1 T-72B M2, modernization of the T-72B. Bulgaria, edit. 1 T-72 M2 new night vision and thermal devices, anti-radiation cladding, rubber side skirts, C4I and IR suppression coating. 2 T-72 M1 mod. 2022 T-72 M1 modernized with Elbit's thermal imaging fire control system, giving the gunner third-generation and thermal imaging capabilities along with a new laser range finder capable of lasing up to 9 kilometers away. The system also includes a battlefield management system, 4 laser warning receives, a new fire control system with a metrological sensor, new thermal sleeve for the 246 125mm gun, and thermal nighttime cameras for the driver. The T-72 M1 mod. 2022 is also one of the few T-72s to receive an auxiliary power unit, APU, that allows the tank to have a silent watch capability, allowing it to operate all its system with the engine turned off to save fuel and reduce the tank's thermal emissions and acoustic signature. The tank was modernized locally at TEM, Khan Krami OOD in Targovishte. Croatia, edit. 1 M84. The M84 is a Yugoslav third-generation main battle tank, based on the Soviet T-72, produced in Croatian Euroakovi Specijalna Vozila. 2 M84D modern upgrade of the M84A4 with technology developed for M95 Demon prototype. 3 M95 Demon third-generation prototype tank based on the Yugoslav M91 via prototype. Czechoslovakia, edit. 1 T-72M, Object 172ME3, 1985. This model was built under license by ZS Martin, nowadays Slovakia. In Western sources it is often referred to as T-72G, which might be the designator for the version exported to the Middle East. In the late 1980s the tanks produced for the Czechoslovak army and for export as well were fitted with some improvements from the Soviet T-72A program, including rubber side skirts, instead of gill armor, and 902B Tucker smoke grenade launchers. 1 T-72M1, Object 172ME5, 1986. This export version of the T-72A was also built by ZS. An external difference with the Soviet original is the reduced number of KMT mounts on the lower glacis plate. 2 VT-72, Bram 72, Vipruvik tank, Czechoslovak armored recovery vehicle, ARV, based on T-72 chassis. 1 VT-72B, Bram 72B, Czechoslovak ARV based on Brim 1 with dozer blade with prominent rams mounted on the front of the vehicle, hydraulic crane on the right side of vehicle and a large built-up superstructure at the front of the hull with a large tackle block in front of it. Czech Republic, edit. These variants are not new builds, but upgrades of a large number of otherwise obsolete T-72 version hulls. 1 T-72M4CZ, 2003, comprehensive upgrade of every aspect of the T-72M1 resulting in a tank that only superficially resembles the precursor, intended to remedy T-72's failures learned during the Gulf War. The automotive performance was enhanced with a Perkins CV12-1000 HP, 740 kilowatts, water-cooled diesel engine coupled to a Nimda XTG411-6 automatic transmission. All drivetrain work was done by the Israeli firm Nimda and involved minor modifications of the tank's hull and the driver's compartment. The upgrade added new Czech-manufactured Dyna 72 era for protection against heat and kinetic rounds impacting the frontal aspects of the turret and hull, and against top attack ATGMs and submunitions with era tiles covering the turret roof. Survivability is enhanced with the Polish-made Abra laser warning system integrated with a series of DGO-1 smoke grenade dischargers on each side of turret, a Deugra fire suppression system, Reader NBC suite and electromagnetic mine plow. The most important improvement in firepower comes from the use of the Galileo Avionica terms T computerized FCS, similar to that used on the C-1 Air Riot, which enables a hunter-killer mode of operation. The commander has a panoramic day-forward/night sight with built-in laser rangefinder and Attila thermal camera and can engage targets independently, while the gunner has his own primary sight with thermal channel. The FCS has sensors that correct for thermal distortion of the barrel, the temperature of the ammunition propellant, meteorological conditions, totaling 22 sensor clusters installed at several points on the turret. A new 125 forward/XF97 APFS round was developed for use with the new tank, which can defeat 540 mm of RHA at 2000 m. The Czech tanks were also equipped with a rear-view camera, a new intercom, navigational system, the T-72 forward/97B auto-diagnostic system and improvements to the suspension due to the increase in the weight of the T-72 M4CZ by 4 tons. Curiously, the obsolete 2A46 main gun was retained, as was the original 2E28M stabilization system, which was modestly upgraded with new hydraulic drives and gyroscopic sensors, resulting in only marginal improvements in first hit probability despite the sophisticated and expensive terms TFCS. The published probability of hitting a stationary target on the move is said to be between 65 and 75% with the first fired round. In comparison, the Leopard 2A4 from the mid-1980s can achieve a first-round hit probability on the move of 75 to 85% at 2000 m and as high as 90% with a skilled crew. The original tender called for an order of 350 tanks, which was downgraded to 140 in the face of dwindling defense budgets and finally amounted to a commitment for only 35 tanks to be upgraded to the T-72 M4CZ standard. One of the reasons for this drastic reduction was due to the escalating unit cost of the upgrade, from an initial estimate of $3.7 m, and closing on a final cost of $5.2 m per tank. One VT-72 M4 modernized VT-72, Brim 72, ARV with T-72 M4CZ upgrades including the power pack and communications upgrades. One T-72 Scarab, also known as T-72-4, 2017, modernization of the T-72 M1 by Czech company Excalibur Army, introduced in 2019. This version offers several modernization packages depending on buyers' preferences. These include increased armor protection, better power pack, better protection against WMDs, modern optical and targeting systems, remote control of the external 12.7mm machine gun, new fire control system, modern communications system, new fire protection system and more. 2 T-72 Avenger, also known as T-72EA, 2022, modernization of the T-72, various versions, to 3rd generation standard by Excalibur Army, CS, which includes 1 new optoelectronic devices and an upgraded night vision block for all 3 crew members from Company Optics Trade, which significantly improve night vision capabilities and resolution. It uses a laser rangefinder to increase the probability of a first-round hit, an improved thermal sight with ballistic computer, an upgraded commander's sight and an upgraded driver's sight. The night vision systems operate